play it cool.
This is the Gemini star system, once a powerful and one of the largest colonies of the Earth Empire, under the relentless rule of the Colonial Directorate. The Directorate governed as a mere colonial arm of the mighty but distant Earth. At first, citizens regarded their home planet as something high and uncorrupted. But as time passed, many realized that the Empire is nothing more than a parasite on their wealth and a cancer on their future. People of Gemini decided to cut the disease out of their body and embark on a journey to find their own destiny among the stars. Gemini League was an organization founded to lead the new nation to freedom. The Colonial Directorate disagreed and tried to keep status quo using the only means they understood: brute force. After a long and bloody war, League prevailed over the hated Directorate. Forces of the Colonial Authority withdrew back to Sector Zero. They fortified their position at Starpoint Gemini, a massive structure built to protect a huge wormhole that was the doorstep for invading Gemini in the first place. The League knew there would be no lasting peace for as long as the Directorate holds the wormhole and has the ability to receive reinforcements from the Empire. The battle was one for history and future generations to remember. When the Directorate came on the brink of disaster, they pulled most of their ships through Starpoint back to Empire main space and executed Directive 9, the emergency closure of the wormhole. The device Directorate used ignited a cascade reaction, spilling through the entire system. Nearby planets were scorched, and ships that were not destroyed ended up in a newly created space anomaly, later called Stasis Rift. Starpoint itself was stranded inside a rift as well, and Gateway was closed. Vast destruction caused by the Starpoint incident threw Gemini in disarray, and eventually shattered the dream of a united and prosperous system. In the aftermath of the war and chaos, several factions emerged: Baeldor Republic, Korkyran Triumvirate, and Nyxian Consortium. Along with a few independent sectors and other smaller groups, they shaped the new image of Gemini, very different from the one Gemini League fought for and died for. Although it was widely believed that ships caught in stasis rifts were permanently lost, some claimed sightings of such vessels. Scientists, particularly those of Nexus, started researching rift anomalies. Soon, they discovered that the rift doesn't necessarily destroy the ship or any material object, but in fact it displaces it out of regular space and time. While inside the rift, the ship is invisible, completely separated and isolated from our influence, and experiences no time flow. Scientists then became determined to find a way to bring such ships back to our reality. But at that time, no one knew they were actually playing with Pandora's box, holding many surprises perhaps best committed to history.
Is the process complete? Are we ready to match frequencies and begin extraction?
Just about, Captain. We have stable streams and target object is focused. Proceeding with rift closure now.
I'm picking up hull signatures. Yes, it is definitely them. Hurry, stabilize the ship's integrity and seal the rift.
Done. The target is completely severed from the rift. Scans show no other disturbances in immediate area.
Excellent. Hail them.
Unknown vessel. Identify yourself. I don't recognize your markings. What authority gives the right to tamper with my ship? Who?
Calm down, Captain. My name is Eleanor Ridley, and I command this ship, the Archimedes. We mean no harm to you or your crew.
Archimedes? Never heard. Are you with the Directorate? And do you always stress your good intentions with additional ships?
No need for such a tone, Captain. These ships are here for your protection. I know this is a bit sudden for you, but I shall answer all of your questions in due time. For now...
Captain, trouble's coming our way. Sentinels show 3 rogue ships on direct intercept course. Weapons hot. What is going on now? More friends of yours? These don't look as stocky as you.
Captain, time for a quick tutorial. I'm sure you didn't forget how to fire your weapons. Those ships are not very friendly. Help us shake them if you wish to continue our conversation. Ridley out.
time for some answers. My ship was scouting the ghost sector before heading to mainstream. It was a pretty lone and quiet sector. We were about to finish our mission when we hit some kind of space-time anomaly, and before we even managed to scan it properly, you and your bad-mannered friends came out of nowhere.
Well, in a manner of speaking, it is you who came out of nowhere, actually. Captain, there is much for you to hear, and this is probably not the safest place to be for long.
I'm enough confused as it is, Dr. Ridley. My ship isn't going anywhere until I hear at least some explanation. Why is your ship not marked as Leagues or even Directorate for that?
That is a long story, Captain. You see, from our perspective, you have been missing for 20 years. You are probably not even aware of that time, but it has indeed passed, and many things have changed in the meantime.
20 what? What are you talking about? We encountered the anomaly a few minutes ago. You're lucky your ship managed to evade it. It seemed very powerful and unstable.
No, Captain. That anomaly is called Status Rift, and it captured you and your crew 20 years ago. It separated you all from the time flow of normal space. In your eyes, only a moment passed, but actually, your entire world has changed.
What about the war?
The war ended years ago. Empire abandoned Gemini, and the Directorate collapsed soon after.
Well, good. We won then, right?
I'm afraid it is not that simple. The situation is very complicated, and...
Sorry to interrupt, Captain, but more rogues are on their way. 2 large squadrons closing fast.
Well, Captain, we shall have to finish our chat at some more appropriate time. Time for you to leave. I don't know what the status of your ship is, but you must keep yourself out of harm's way this time.
I can take care of myself, Dr. Ridley. I saw my share of fighting.
No doubt, Captain, but you see, the problem is your ship.
My ship? My ship works just fine. She saved my neck countless times.
Yes, I'm sure she works fine, but it is, how to put it, pretty much obsolete. To be frank, it is rather junkish, but it's nothing we can't work on. You need to head for Tesla Station in the observatory sector. The Shark will escort you to the T-gate.
Very well. Perhaps I can get some more useful information there, and some new guns, because I don't like the way you speak of my ship. Have fun here, Dr. Ridley.
Yes, sir. Fire at will command executed. Ammo storage depleted. Rearming needed. Affirmative. Engines on overdrive.
There's your way to safety. You can make it from here. We will head back to assist the Archimedes.
New waypoint confirmed. Affirmative. Engines on overdrive.
Hello, Captain, and welcome to Tesla Station. I hope you had a pleasant journey. My name is Dr. Thomas Scott, and I'm the supervisor of the science station.
Good to see you, Dr. Scott. It sounds as if you were expecting me here.
As a matter of fact, I was. I knew the Archimedes went on a rescue mission, and there is no better place to get answers for someone in your situation than Tesla Station. Please, approach your docking bay.
I just hope you can explain this madness in details.
I'm afraid you have some baggage with you. Our ships are closing in, and you're in no condition to fight them alone. Captain, this is a science station, but not entirely defenseless. Over the roads close to the station, so we may assist you.
No ammo. Must rearm. Affirmative. Engines on overdrive. Fire at will. Manual targeting disengaged. Enemy down.
I see you still have your admirable combat skills, despite the fact you virtually fight in a can.
What is it with all of you? Why are you all so bothered with my ship?
Just kidding. Don't be so jumpy, Captain. I'm sure your vessel was a proud top fighter a long time ago. Well, Captain, how do you feel commanding something not entirely useless?
Dr. Scott, entertaining as before. I enjoyed your hospitality, but I was definitely hoping you would share more information regarding my present situation. You have requested that I prepare my ship for departure at once. What is it all about?
Of course, but we don't actually have time for idle talk. We must make haste for Ghost immediately. I'll explain the way. Enter coordinates to follow my ship.
Agreed. Helm, set course to follow the relativity. We had fun so far with these scientists. Who knows what more they have in store for us?
Captain, just to be up to the situation, we're heading to Ghost Sector to find Dr. Ridley and her ship. She has not reported back since your extraction, and she's a way too valuable member of my team to just let it go.
Maybe her ship was overwhelmed by those rogues. Before we left the sector, they seemed to be coming out of nowhere.
Maybe, but do not underestimate her skills. She may not be an experienced man of war like you, but she definitely has her ways of escaping the worst of situations. If only she was not so stubborn to risk everything just for a few wild ideas.
If I was indeed trapped in that rift, she risked her ship for me, and I certainly don't like to be considered as someone's wild idea or something meaningless, Dr. Scott.
Ah, a real soldier, always on the attack. I do not have anything against you. In fact, I believe your arrival could bring us some of the edge we needed. But freeing you or any other imprisoned ship comes with a cost. A cost which is sometimes significant. And anyways, the difference between a wild idea and something actually visionary is always in the eye of the beholder. But come now, we have more pressing matters to discuss. Before we reach Ghost Sector, you can finally satisfy your curiosity. Shoot your questions.
After we retrieve the Archimedes, I would like to contact my superiors in the League Fleet Command. Many things probably changed in all those years, and I have so many.
That could be more difficult than it seems, Captain. Haven't you been wondering why nobody from Command already tried to make contact with you? You see, Gemini League, or what you knew under that name, is no longer in existence. It fell apart years ago and never achieved its goal to unite the entire Gemini system.
What? But we had the Directorate on the knees. What happened?
It wasn't the Directorate. They were ultimately defeated and the Empire forcefully drew through Starpoint completely.